I have so many notes, and they're all incongruent. This felt like you all just watched 4 different games in one night. DB, they're up 21, and I'm ready to write this thing off. It's a wrap. Dallas is able to fight back, but how does Boston absorb an 8-minute stretch where they only score 2 points and still win this game?
Listen, Scott, this has been a team that's much maligned for its inability to close in these types of moments. And remarkably, Jason Tatum goes 1 for 5. He was brilliant through the first 3 quarters, but once again, Drew, Derek, and JAYLEN, this has been about the team for the Boston Celtics all year long. And I keep harping on it. There were 2 drives late where Derek White forced Kyrie back to his left hand. They were game-changing defensive stops in a sequence of plays that were game-changing, but incredible team effort.
JJ, this Boston team now, in 49 of the 99 games it has played this year, has had at least a 20-point lead. In the end, all they care about is they're up 3 games to none. But I feel like this is who they've been all year, and we keep coming back to this point as well, don't we, JJ? Boston's demonstrated from October until June that they're the best team. We shouldn't be surprised whether they have to sort of hang on for dear life or if they roll. Am I right?
You're 100% right, and I said this during the game. You have to trust what you do, and the Boston Celtics have trusted their system all season long. The reason they've had those leads, Scott, is because they're elite at shooting threes and they're elite at getting them up. And the reason they've been so good defensively is because they trust in Joe Mazzulla's game plan. It's such a small thing, what Doris brought up, getting Kyrie back to his left hand, forcing him to his left hand into a tough contested shot. How about Al Horford at the end of the game, trusting your guy on an island against Kyrie Irving? Great contest on a tough fall away. I say this again, Jaylen Brown, in the second half of this basketball game, and the way he's played, particularly in the conference finals and finals, this is peak Jaylen Brown.
This is something I know I'm going to talk about, Doris, with Tim a bit later. And in the end, because the lead almost entirely evaporated, you can't get that third quarter doesn't get lost. But I just ask you, that 12 minutes of basketball, if you look back on the end of a postseason run, if it ends with a parade and an 18th banner for Boston, is that as well as a team can possibly play, that third quarter for Boston?
I think so. And listen, I'm going to take a little bit of objection to Dallas's defense. I thought there were moments where they let go of the rope defensively, but yes, unequivocally, this has been a series where it's relentless. Drive, pitch, move the basketball, play off your defense, get out in transition. The play that fouls out Luka. I mean, it's just the Celtics, when they are moving and kicking and driving and shooting threes from everywhere, it can feel like a hurricane just raining down on you.
And that obviously, Brown knows he's got 5, and you pointed it out all series long, Doris. Like, he hunted him, right? I mean, you put your head down and force him to get in the way, and he did. I'm looking at Dallas now, and they've got to obviously win or their season comes to an end, JJ. They got contributions again from their stars, and in this one, Kyrie was able to score a bunch. What's the script look like for you for them to get a victory and extend this series?
It starts with Kyrie and Luka, and they gave themselves a chance to win for much of this game because of the way these two guys played. P.J. Washington, who's been really good throughout these playoffs, got it going late to get them back. They have to be better defensively. They have to keep the ball in front. Scott, if you're playing the Boston Celtics and you're saying, what do we want to take away, and you're giving up 40-some threes a game, that's a losing proposition. That's a losing proposition, and in some ways they got lucky in Game 2 with the way that the Boston Celtics shot the ball. They didn't get lucky tonight.
Right. Well, I mean, but the stat the other night with all the blow-bys, it feels like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, and I suppose that's why Boston's been who they've been all year, and it's why they're up 3 games to none in the finals.
I'm on fire.